I said that said DeWanna Bonner listed Phoenix as one of her preferred destinations.
What's going on, guys? This is your channel TFD coming back. Breaking news: DeWanna Bonner wants out in favor of playing in Phoenix or Atlanta. Controversy that is currently going on with the Indiana Fever. Guys, for this one, here you got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Hot off the presses, ladies and gentlemen. According to multiple league insiders, DeWanna Bonner has no interest in returning to the Indiana Fever. Now, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of us saw this coming. While it's not officially confirmed, Annie Costabile from Front Office Sports is reporting that Bonner has made it clear she doesn't want to be back in Indiana. Instead, her preferred landing spots are the Phoenix Mercury or the Atlanta Dream. Now, the Phoenix Mercury connection makes a lot of sense. Her partner, Alyssa Thomas, plays there, and the Mercury are running a fast-paced, modern style of basketball. But here's the twist. Watching Bonner with the Fever, I'm not sure her game is the best fit for that kind of tempo. She's been putting up career lows, 7.1 points and 3.8 rebounds per game, averaging just 21 minutes. Nobody wants to see those kinds of numbers from a veteran like Bonner. When Front Office Sports reached out to Bonner's agent, Mike Cound, he declined to comment on the situation. So, what does this mean for the Fever? Well, it's not just Bonner. They're also about to lose Damiris Dantas, who's heading overseas after tonight's game against the Seattle Storm. That leaves the Fever dangerously thin in the front court. We're talking about Natasha Howard, Brianna Turner, Michaela Timpson, and of course, Aaliyah Boston. But Boston is already carrying a heavy load, and Turner and Michaela Timpson are still proving themselves. If the Fever decide to move on from Bonner, and remember, she's on an unprotected $200,000 contract, they could free up some cap space. Since we're about a third of the way through the season, that's roughly $133,000 left on her deal. Add that to the $36,000 or so they already have, and suddenly, the Fever have about $169,000 to play with. But here's the catch. If they do let Bonner go and Dantas is already out, the Fever could be down to just 9 available players. That would make them eligible for a hardship contract, which allows teams to add extra players when they're short-staffed. So what's next? The Fever are reportedly looking into trades, but if nothing materializes, they could just cut Bonner and move on. Either way, this is a huge shakeup for Indiana, and fans are definitely feeling the uncertainty. And while some fans might be saying, "Oh, just sign Ari McDonald, she's not a front-court player," she doesn't solve the depth issue inside. Let's talk money for a second. Bonner's contract was reportedly worth $200,000. Since we're about a third into the season, cutting her now would free up roughly $133,000 in cap space. Combine that with the $36,000 or so they had left after signing Ari McDonald on a hardship deal, and they're sitting at nearly $170,000 in usable space. But here's the problem. If they lose both Bonner and Dantas, the Fever drop down to just 9 active players, which triggers hardship territory. And that could actually allow them to sign a temporary replacement. But the question is, who? At this point, all signs are pointing to one of two things. Either a trade is coming, or the Fever might flat out cut Bonner. And let's not forget, she's on an unprotected contract, which gives the team the power to move without much penalty. So now, the ball's in Indiana's court. Do they keep her and hope something shifts? Do they trade her while she still has value? Or do they cut ties and move on? Whatever they decide, one thing's for sure. Things are moving fast, and this next week could define the rest of their season. Now, this post came from a guy over on X, just giving his take on what's happening. Basically just laying out the facts. So I did a little digging myself, found his account, and checked out the full thread. And for what I can see, he's catching some heat for it, which honestly doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He's not stirring anything up. He's not trying to be messy. He's literally just sharing the news. That's it. No bias, no agenda. People out here acting like he started the drama, when all he did was report what was already out there. At the end of the day, he's doing what any reporter or content creator would do, seeing a story and putting it in front of the people. So to say he's reaching or trying to cause problems, that's just not it, man. Let's be real. So this dude, James Boyd, he's a reporter for The Athletic, just put this out like an hour ago. He mentioned that amid reports DeWanna Bonner might be done with the Fever, she went and posted these photos of her and her kids on Instagram. And the caption? She wrote, "Greatest loves. I love you." Man, that says a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and hop over to Instagram real quick. Already checked it out earlier, and yeah, the post is still up. Now, could this be part of the reason why DeWanna Bonner might be stepping away from the Fever? I told y'all before, she had already started removing some things from her Instagram, and this right here just adds fuel to the fire. Here's the post. It's just her kids, man. Real simple. The caption says, "My greatest loves. I love you." And what's interesting is DJ Carrington liked it, and even Natasha Howard hit that like button too. Kay Timpson and her life partner Alyssa Thomas send love emoji. So maybe there's been some kind of patch up behind the scenes, who knows. But if you ask me, this feels like it's about family. I mean, back in Connecticut, she and Alyssa Thomas, her partner, they were all there with the kids doing life together. And now, with everything going on in Indiana, maybe she just wants that again. And here's the kicker, the timing. That post went up right around the end of the Fever game. So to me, like I've been saying, this feels like a signal. A quiet one, but a strong one. Could this be part of the reason why she decided to walk away, man? I mean, does it justify the decision if that's really what's going on? Honestly, I don't think it does. When you commit to something, especially at this professional level, you've got to stand on that. You sign a deal, you've got responsibilities to that organization. And from what I've seen, I believe she only signed a 1-year contract. Now, I'm not going to dive into all the contract details right now. We'll save that for another video. But what I can say is this. The timing of these posts is just interesting. She's making it a point to speak about her kids at a moment like this. That says something. Let's go back to her Instagram. She hadn't posted in a while. Let me pull this up. Yeah, the last post she made before this new one was way back on June 11th. That one said, "It's been a pleasure reminding you. Sincerely, DeWanna Bonner." Now that post right there got me thinking. That sounds like a farewell, doesn't it? June 11th. That's about 2.5 weeks ago. Could that have been her way of saying goodbye to the Fever already? I mean, come on, chest move, reminding you it's been a pleasure. That sounds like something carefully worded, like she's been planning this. That might have been the quiet exit message before all this even came to light. But again, just like I said earlier, the guy who originally shared this post on Twitter wasn't trying to be messy or cause drama. He was just reporting on what he saw. And truth be told, here we're making videos about it too. I just happened to come across it while scrolling, and now here we are having this conversation. Stephanie White on the reports that DeWanna Bonner does not intend to return to the Fever.
Obviously, there were reports today that DB doesn't intend to return to the team. Just what conversations have you had with her and with the front office about that?
Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations recently. Really been focused on the group that we have right here, and what we need to do to position ourselves to win.
So yeah, as you can see, the reactions are mixed. People are all over the place with this one. For me, I don't really know, man. It's definitely a weird situation. She chose to make that post about her kids right in the middle of all this drama. And I feel like that could be a big clue, like maybe that's a real part of why she's stepping away. But hey, I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Let's talk about it.